For those who kept asking, we finally have news on the KTO, PACHYRHINOSAURUS, as well as mods like PSITTACOSAURUS, Kaprosuchus, the Orca, and more. Today we are exploring and talking about all of this new modded news for Path of Titans, so strap yourselves in because, well, we're starting off with the one you've been waiting for, PACHYRHINOSAURUS. This one goes out to a user called Larson, because every stream I do, he will ask without fail, Velocci, is there any news on the PACHYRHINOSAURUS and Woolly Mammoth mods? Well, today I can finally say, Larson, I have news for you. This one is for you. But, well, unfortunately it's not the Woolly Mammoth, so we're halfway there. We have the PACHYRHINOSAURUS to talk about, but just on the note of the Woolly Mammoth, what's going on with that mod? Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Hopefully it kind of, picks up as time goes on, or we hear something about whatever happened to it. But no, we have PACHYRHINOSAURUS news, and this was showcased by Sergey, the creator of the KTO mods. This was also mentioned with him saying this: work in progress showcase of the finished PACHYRHINOSAURUS species, which of course means the species for this mod is now finished, which is really great, really good to hear, and fantastic news in regards to that. I'm really happy to hear it. But of course, let's show them off, shall we? So let's see what it's got, and there seems to be a lot of variations. There seems to be 9 variants to the species in this mod. There is 3 actual different species. You've got Canadensis, you've got Lacustae, and you've got Paratorum, but each of them have their own variants. So Canadensis has 3 variants, Lacustae has 3 variants as well, and Paratorum has 3 as well. Each version offers small variations to the main one that they're changing, but the different ones that are great to see is the differences between Paratorum, Lacustae, and Canadensis, with Paratorum having quills, which is kind of like nice to see because a lot of the species in this game, Ceratopsian wise, they always have one that has quills, so it's nice to see PACHYRHINOSAURUS is following that suit. In regards to the others, Canadensis has a more blunter horn or less horn ornaments than Lacustae. Lacustae is the one with more dramatic horn ornaments, which is really nice to see. I really like it. There's more variation, some actual pointy ones and all that. It's really cool to see, and I gotta say, it's very nice. There's some big differences, but that's where the big differences lie. And then in terms of the changes between variation to variation for each of them, I feel like it's like different builds, like Slender and all that, where the models get thinner or chunkier, but it's only slight. I couldn't really tell, but hopefully Sergey can leave a comment calling me an idiot and then, correcting me on this. But it's really nice to see, and really good work by the creators of this mod, who've done fantastic with it, with the model and everything. Fantastic to see. We finally have more stuff in regarding the primordial tyrants, PSITTACOSAURUS. The Taco, I know in my last video I talked about this one, and now we've got more to do with it. The PSITTACOSAURUS now has some really cool stuff to showcase of it. It actually has a model instead of the old model from before, and it's getting some more tasks complete in the Trello board. So firstly, let's actually showcase the model and everything, which is really nice, fully textured with colors and all. The textures look great, and the detail on it is fantastic as well. Then we move into a size comparison between this and Latin Venatrix. Of course, Latin is a lot bigger, meaning this little guy is most likely to be one of the smallest creatures in the game, aside from the Candelaris mods that I did showcase in a previous video, which if you want to check that out, here it is on the screen here. I recommend you have a look at it because it's a really cool mod group that's bringing in like 6 tiny creatures that are all smaller or just about smaller than Latin Venatrix and Deinonychus, which is really cool to see. But now, going back to PSITTACOSAURUS, we have some in-game shots of it as well. One of them showcases 3 of the first default patterns for the default skin, which is nice to see. However, this does not change the species, so the species have not been shown off just yet. This is just the pattern variations for the default skin. Regardless, very nice patterns, and I really like the skin. Obviously, if you can tell the inspiration from this skin, it's based off that. I think it's an art piece or a model or something of showcasing PSITTACOSAURUS when it was, got more skin impressions and all that, and it's really cool. But yeah, no, we do have some other shots as well, which showcase the animations. So we have the walking animation, and then we have the running animation, which follows suit. And look at this little guy go. He's running with them little legs, and it's looked like he's trying to run for his life. It's absolutely adorable. But yeah, skirting back to the Trello board, it looks like 7 new tasks have been completed with this one, with it now being 17 out of 46, meaning progress is now well underway with this mod. But speaking of a mod that is progress well underway and is actually getting closer and closer to release, the next one, Kaprosuchus, is the one to talk about. Fei Long is the creator of the Kaprosuchus, but he's also known for making the Dimetrodon, which is still in that approval limbo at the moment. But this is another creature, Kaprosuchus, and it's in collaboration with a guy called David Rosa, who made the model for this creature, and I gotta say, the model is absolutely beautiful. But in terms of news for this mod, we have a teaser for it, which could indicate that this mod is now in a testing phase, because like they're playing it, you know, it's in game, people are playing it, messing around with it, so maybe they've got it in the hands of testers, who knows. But essentially this video is really cool, and I want to showcase the full thing, but I don't want to showcase the full thing because it's, you know, made by Fei Long, so I'd rather you just go and check out his video. I'll showcase like tidbits of it, but that being said, it showcases the size comparison of Kaprosuchus. An adult of it is absolutely tiny. If we look at it compared to the Sarcosuchus, the Sarco, you can tell, is not fully grown, which is very important there because, well, the Capro is fully grown, and it just shows how small this little guy is. So it's really cool to see that one. This is definitely going to be one of the smaller semi-aquatics, if not the smallest semi-aquatic in the game. Then of course we have the final jump scare at the end of it, leaping out of water, but I don't want to showcase that one because you have to wait and see for that. But in terms of the detail on the model, David Rosa has done a fantastic job with this one. Obviously he made the model, it wasn't made by Fei Long. Fei Long's just bringing it to life in the game, and they've both done really well with this one. The model looks great, the detailing on the model looks great, and of course just bringing it to the game as well. Fantastic work there. And now let's talk about the killer whale. The Divine Beast team are working on a plethora of mods. This includes Giganotosaurus, the remake to Acrocanthosaurus, Muttaburrasaurus, and many more. But they're also working on 2 aquatic creatures which we've known about for ages: the blue whale and the killer whale, also known as the Orca, or more popularly known as the Orca. That's its designated scientific name, of course. But that being said, we now have a showcase of some more animations for it, which were made by Sadek. This looks like it's going to be the normal swimming animation, more like the trot, but when you're swimming. That's pretty much the best way to explain it. It doesn't look like the fast swimming animation, although I could be incredibly wrong. I could find out while I'm editing this video that I'm very wrong, so we'll have to wait and see with that one. But no, this looks really cool. Really happy to see this getting more detail and more progress on it. But it's important to note that this, of course, being in development, it's going to be in development for a sweet while, and this is because the Divine Beast team have a lot of mods that they're working on bringing to the game, and the Orca is a little bit behind on that. So before the Orca gets worked on, they've got Dinosuchus, Giganotosaurus, Acrocanthosaurus rework, and I believe something else as well, and then it's the Orca. But the Orca does have some progress on the Trello board itself. It's making some very nice progress overall. Still missing some stuff, however. Of course, they need to get through the sounds because it has no sounds. It's only halfway through in terms of the animations. It's got no icons, and it's not implemented into the dev kit just yet. And of course, I think the mods that are further along in this timeline have higher priority than the Orca mod. But it's nice to see that this is getting progress regardless of where it is in its development cycle. It's always nice to see. It looks like a lot of different people are working on the animations for different dinosaurs, which is also really cool to see. It's nice that they can just give a specific animator here work on these animations if that is the case, but that's really cool to see nevertheless. I want to finally talk about the Camarasaurus mod that's coming to Path of Titans, because this thing looks absolutely awesome. It's huge as well. They've done numerous size comparisons with this: Argentinosaurus by Primordial Tyrants, the Divine Beast Ampelosaurus, and then with Amargasaurus as well. Compared to Amargasaurus, it looks absolutely huge. But that being said, in terms of some other stuff regarding this mod, they showcased an image of it next to the Absentia Acrocanthosaurus and the Dimetrodon, which all of them have not been approved just yet, so it's interesting to see that. Then there was a wealth of other images as well, so this mod's really shaping up. It seems that we're getting another sauropod very, very soon, and this one's going to be extremely interesting, mainly because how big this sauropod is. So let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. These 4 mods, the Orca, the Kaprosuchus, the Psittacosaurus, and PACHYRHINOSAURUS. It's nice to see we're getting more herbivores as well. Some of them smaller, some of them mid-tiers. I think the PACHYRHINOSAURUS is a mid-tier. I'm assuming it's going to be, because I don't think it's going to be a 5 slot. But yeah, no, this is incredible stuff nevertheless. Very happy to see all of this. And yeah, it's very nice overall. But I do want to say some of these may take a while to be developed. And of course, the ones that are getting close to testing have to go through the approval stage as well, which means they could take a little bit longer, as we've seen with Dimetrodon, which has now been a month since I covered it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.